Communicating to persuade and influence. Stories are particularly useful tools for persuading and influencing people. Leaders don't communicate just to convey information. They use communication skills to sell others on the vision and influence to behave in ways that achieve goals and help accomplish the vision. The ability to persuade others is more critical today than ever before. The command and control mindset of managers telling people what to do and how to do it is gone. Employees just don't want to know what they should do, but why they should do it. In addition, with new collaborative ways of working, many leaders are involved in situations where lines of authority are blurred. Leaders can follow the following 4 steps in the art of persuasion. Listen first. When people feel they have been listened to by someone trying to influence them, their liking of and trust in commitment to that person increases. Good leaders know that being attentive to others' needs and emotion is the first step toward influencing them. Establish credibility. A leader's credibility is based on a leader's knowledge and expertise, as well as his or her relationships with others. When leaders have demonstrated that they make well-informed, sound decisions, followers have confidence in their expertise. Build goals on common ground. To be persuasive, leaders describe how what they're requesting will benefit others as well as the leader. When leaders cannot find common advantages, it's a good signal that they need to adjust their goals and plans. Make your position compelling to others. Leaders appeal to others on an emotional level by using symbols, metaphors, and stories to express their messages rather than relying on facts and figures alone. By tapping into the imaginations of their followers, leaders can inspire people to accomplish amazing results. Persuasion is a valuable communication process that individuals can use to lead others to a shared solution or commitment. To be persuasive and act as a communication champion, leaders must communicate frequently and easily with others in the organization. Yet for some individuals, communication experiences are unrewarding, so they may consciously or unconsciously avoid situations where communication is required. The term communication apprehension describes this avoidance behavior and is defined as an individual's level of fear or anxiety associated with either real or anticipated communication with another person or persons. One key to effective communication is selecting the right channel for relaying a message. A channel is a medium by which a communication message is carried from sender to receiver. A leader may discuss problems face-to-face, use the telephone, write a memo or letter, use email, send a text message, post messages on blogs or web pages, or put an item in the newsletter, depending on the nature of the message. Channel richness is the amount of information that can be transmitted during a communication episode. The channels available to leaders can be classified into a hierarchy based on information richness. The richness of an information channel is influenced by 3 characteristics: the ability to handle multiple cues simultaneously, the ability to facilitate rapid two-way feedback, and the ability to establish a personal focus for the communication. Face-to-face discussion is the richest medium because it permits direct experience, multiple information cues, immediate feedback, and personal focus. Face-to-face discussions facilitate the assimilation of broad cues and deep emotional understanding of the situation. Telephone conversations are next in the richness hierarchy. Eye contact, gaze, posture, and other body language cues are missing, the human voice still carries a tremendous amount of emotional information. Electronic messaging through email, text messages, and social media such as Twitter is increasingly being used for communications that were once handled over the phone. Although these channels lack both visual and verbal cues, they allow for rapid feedback and reduce costs that can be personalized. Blogs provide a way to get information to a wide audience and also permit rapid feedback. Print media such as notes and letters can be personalized, but they convey only the cues written on the paper and are slow to provide feedback. Impersonal written media, including flyers, bulletins, and standard computer reports, are the lowest in richness. The channels are not focused on a single receiver. They use limited information cues and do not permit feedback. Each communication channel has advantages and disadvantages, and each can be an effective means of communication in appropriate circumstances. Channel selection depends on whether the message is routine or non-routine. Routine messages are simple and straightforward, such as a product price change. Routine messages convey data or statistics or simply put into words what people already understand and agree on. Routine messages can be efficiently communicated through a channel that's lower in richness. Written or electronic communications also are effective when the audience is widely dispersed or when the communication is official and a permanent record is required. On the other hand, non-routine messages typically concern issues of change, conflict, or complexity that have great potential for misunderstanding. Non-routine messages often are characterized by time, pressure, and surprise. Leaders can communicate non-routine messages effectively only by selecting a rich channel. Leaders should select a channel to fit the message. Many leaders, not knowing what to say, send out a written notice and hide in their offices. Good leaders, on the other hand, know face-to-face communication is the way to keep morale and productivity high. In times of change, if people don't hear what's happening from leaders, they rely on rumors and will often assume the worst. When a message is highly important, leaders often use redundant communications by sending the same message using different channels. Most leaders communicate by its very nature is composed of non-routine messages. Although leaders make good use of all channels, they don't let anything substitute for the rich face-to-face channel when important issues are at stake. John Chambers knows that effective organizational communication happens when leaders talk with employees, not just to them. To transform communication into a two-way conversation, Cisco implemented several innovative strategies using state-of-the-art technology. Cisco uses its own next-generation video conferencing called telepresence to facilitate interactive conversations among leaders and employees all across the organization. Telepresence is a 3-screen system that simulates in-person meetings by beaming video feeds between locations. This allows for a natural dialogue among people, no matter the time, place, or type of computer system. It also allows people to look one another in the eye, overcoming one of the primary limitations to most electronic communication channels.